Thank you, Jason David Frank.
And Mr. Saban.
And thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified when we upload new content.
That's Tom.
And that's Chris. Decca, what do we got on deck for today?
It's time to create your own Power Rangers Dream Team.
All right. We're going dreaming, so stay tuned.
It's PRNT time.
After 10,000 years, I'm free! It's time to watch PRNT!
Welcome, Rangers,
to this episode of
PRNT,
your source for all things Power Rangers. As we heard in the opener, Chris and I put our thinking caps on, and we each came up with our own Power Rangers Dream Team.
That's right. Now, we did an episode kind of like this in Season 1. Check the card. But the difference between this episode and that episode is back in Season 1, we were doing more of a dream season of Power Rangers.
It was like a crossover, or a dream crossover.
That's right.
It was, yeah.
This is going to be our dream team.
Mm-hmm.
So to start off, I'm going to say that we had 3 rules when compiling this list.
We did 6 Rangers each.
That's right.
Yep.
The first rule, though, that was you cannot repeat colors.
Right.
So this isn't a forever red type situation. Mm-hmm. You can only have one color of each Ranger on your team.
Right. Rule number 2 is that you could not have 2 Rangers from the same team. So I couldn't pick 2 Rangers from MMPR. I couldn't pick 2 Rangers from Dino Thunder. They all had to come from different teams.
And rule number 3 was you can't use the same character that played 2 Rangers. So, for instance, Tommy, I love you, JDF. He could not fit as the Green and the Black Ranger on your team because he's the same person.
Right. And we're not doing any weird, like, universal crossover type thing.
Right.
Right. All right. So let's get to this list. Our lists.
Yes.
We each chose a leader to start off our lists.
Right.
And who did you choose as your leader?
My leader, may or may not come as a surprise, I chose Billy from Mighty Morphin. I feel like Billy has the experience of a Ranger. I feel like he is a great tacticianist. Is that the way to say that?
Okay.
And I feel like he would be able to understand his team's strengths and weaknesses enough to be able to lead a full team.
Right. The problem I have with Billy is I'm not sure that he could get the other Rangers to rally around him. So I went with probably no shock to you, my buddy RJ. RJ, was a leader of a team. So he knows what it takes to be a leader. He's relaxed, yes, but he's also very intelligent. He's always, throwing out these little tidbits of training. The first one, of course, don't judge a book by its cover. So it's just, I thought RJ would be a great leader for my team.
Now, my problem with RJ, I have no problem with RJ. All right. Now I have a Red Ranger picked out. Do you have a Red Ranger?
I do.
Cool. So this will match up.
Okay.
My Red Ranger, this will be Lauren from Samurai.
I've not gotten to that.
You've not seen Lauren yet?
I'm almost there.
Lauren is the true Red Ranger of Samurai, and let's just say she's awesome. She wasn't very good at being a leader. She didn't quite click with her team enough, but I feel like she would be a great asset under a leader. So that's why I chose Lauren for my Red Ranger.
Okay. My Red Ranger was actually Wes from Time Force. I feel Wes has a lot of heart. Okay. He's very dedicated. I mean, when Jen tried to not let him be part of the team, he kept coming back. He kept pushing through. He was dedicated to being a Ranger before he even was a Ranger. So I just feel that having that lot of heart, and you know he knows what he wants. He's controlling his own destiny. You know, he's focused. He has a lot of heart, and I think that's a great character to have for your Red Ranger.
Awesome. I like that.
Yeah.
I'm going to move on to my Pink Ranger now.
Okay, your Pink Ranger. I also have one.
Oh, good.
Yes,
This will line up well.
Yes.
For my Pink Ranger, in my mind, I wanted my team to be well-rounded. I wanted them to be able to face anything, whether it was, a monster, something from a different dimension, or even something magical. And that's why I chose Vita from Mystic Force. Mm-hmm. She would be able to, be the Sorcerer Supreme of the team, so to speak. And Billy would be able to ask specific things of her for specific missions. Mm-hmm.
For my Pink Ranger, I got to thinking. We're fighting an enemy, okay? We actually chose an enemy. I think I did I did Mesogog and Daishi as my villains to fight my Ranger team. But you're fighting somebody evil. You need someone who has been there, someone who has experience kind of on that other side. So I went with Corone from Lost Galaxy as my Pink Ranger.
All right.
And in space she was astronomer, so she spent a lot of time on the side of evil. She eventually, left that after Andros, found her and reminded her of everything. And then she came back in Lost Galaxy to fight for the side of good after Kendrix left the team. So I just feel her experience as, the evil astronomer would be a great asset to my team.
Okay, nice. Next... Oh. Okay, that was weird.
I think we have mice.
Next, we're going to move on to... I have a Green Ranger.
Me too!
Yes!
Yeah.
Cool, this is lining up beautifully. So, for my Green Ranger, like I said before, I wanted my team to be well-rounded. Right. So I wanted someone who could give us some information from the future. Someone who could see glimpses of the future and see different things. Mm-hmm. So I went with Trip from Time Force.
Okay.
Again, I just felt like he would be a great addition to my team.
Mm-hmm. For my Green Ranger, I'm going with Carlos. Okay, Carlos is probably one of my favorite Rangers of all time. He's loyal, he's dedicated, and he was even chosen by arguably my favorite Ranger of all time, Adam, to replace him. Okay, so I always liked Adam's style. Very loyal, very determined, just a team player. And of course, Carlos exhibits many, many, many of those same qualities as well. So I think Carlos would be a great addition to this team. I mean, he's so loyal that he even took a hit for Andros when they were on KO 35. So you need someone like that to kind of hold the team together and be a nice team player.
Yeah, I like that. I also want to add that the actor who played Carlos is a real cool guy.
Roger Velasco.
Yes, and I just wanted to take a second to thank him again for the interview he did with us. Check the card for that. Yeah. But the reason I'm specifically bringing him up and not any of our other interviews is he's actually gone out and found the interview we did with him and shared it on his page and everything. So I just want to say a quick thank you to Roger, who played Carlos, for your support.
Right.
Moving on.
Wait, hold on. You're going to go with yellow next.
Yes,
right.
I am.
See? Trip.
I am going with yellow. Do you have yellow?
I do.
Did we just pick the same? No, our leaders are blue and purple, which are arguably...
Okay. This is weird. All right, let's hurry up and finish this, and then we can go figure out what's going on.
Decca, could you run a security scan?
Scanning now. Security level gold.
Thank you.
Anyway, so for my Yellow Ranger, I'm a little hesitant to fully 100% say this is who I want to choose, but this is the best person I could think of, possibly without stealing yours. But I'm going to go with Z from SPD. Z is a cool person. She's a great ranger, and
she can duplicate.
Yeah, and she has an awesome skill set.
Yeah.
So that's what makes me really want to add her on the team. What's kind of making me hesitant is I think she's too tight of a person to flow with my easygoing team.
Okay.
Because if you notice, the rest of my team are, Lauren is, she has a little bit of tightness as well, but she I believe could flow better than Z would. Z would be all business all the time, and I think she would get annoyed with the rest of my team.
Okay.
That being said, another reason, and this is probably a dumb reason, but I don't feel like the yellow SPD suit would look really good with the rest of my team suits. Like,
Mr. Designer Man.
That's right.
Yeah.
So that is my Yellow Ranger. I'll keep her for now, but if I change her in the future, I'll let you know.
My Yellow Ranger is kind of like Z. Some of the characteristics you were describing, very disciplined, very straightforward. But I feel that's kind of needed on a team. You need someone to keep that focus and to remind everybody of the goal at hand. So that's why I went with Taylor from Wild Force. She was the team leader before Cole came. She is very disciplined. She has military training. She's a very straight-laced, by-the-book type of person. And I feel that would be an asset to the team because you don't want to let the situation get too out of hand. You need someone that is able to take charge and remind everybody of why we're there. And also, characteristics like that can also keep a team motivated. Okay. Just staying on task, focusing on the goal, and getting the job done.
All right, yeah, I like that. For our last Ranger, we chose 6th Rangers.
A 6th Ranger. Yeah.
My 6th Ranger is Silver.
Okay.
Do you have a silver?
No, close.
Oh.
Mine's a brighter silver.
Okay. All right. Well, before we reveal yours, I will preface mine by saying I kind of wanted an epic arc with my Rangers. Like the Avengers, you have, the first Avenger, the I forget how it went, but it was like the Knight, the Knight being Iron Man. So I want something kind of like that. So with mine, it'd be like the leader, the ancient warrior, the man from the future, the sorceress, the soldier.
You're giving nicknames to everybody.
Yes.
Okay.
And for the last one, I wanted it to be the changeling. So I went with Orion from Super Megaforce. Okay. Not only is he arguably the most powerful 6th Ranger, because of his ability, he is able to tap into the powers of all the 6th Rangers that came before him and change into that 6th Ranger. So that's why I chose the changeling Orion.
Okay. Now again, here's my idea with the changeling. Yes, he can change into all the 6 Rangers, but he's not necessarily familiar with the full powers of all of them. So I chose a regular 6 Ranger. Now, if you're on a team and you're going up against an enemy, you need someone that's able to do recon. Someone that's able to sneak in unseen and observe and, and he even has a little, experience on the evil side. I am, of course, talking about Trent from Dino Thunder. He has the power of his cloaking device. He can go unseen into the shadows and do all sorts of recon. And also, he's really powerful too. Yeah. I mean, the arrows, the laser arrows, very cool. I mean, super speed, flying back and forth. Also very powerful, and the Zords were just great, and he could control them like no other. So I think Trent would be a great 6th Ranger for my team.
I really like your list.
Yeah, I really like yours too. I wish we could, make these lists a reality. Any Power Rangers executives, if you're watching, first of all, wow, and second of all, make this kind of thing happen. So I think it's time to wrap this up. Yeah. We need to go check out what all these weird noises are. And I think we found out where the noises are coming from.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Hi, Jason Stray.
There's a large man standing in front of the door, so I had to find an alternative route.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, good. I'm glad you were able to get in.
You guys never called me. I was just making sure,
Dude,
you're still. Yeah.
I just didn't think you. Anyway, no, we're glad you're here.
Yeah. Hey, James.
Well, anyways, while I was crawling through your ventilation system
Was that you?
and past DECA's security system, you guys really need to upgrade that. DECA, upgrade your security system.
Welcome, James the Stray.
But anyways, I came up with the Ranger team on my way in here. Actually, hearing you guys, it sounded kind of awesome.
Oh, okay.
One thing I find with your teams, though, they're kind of lacking power.
Okay.
What's the most powerful Ranger weapon?
The Zords.
The Megazord.
Yeah,
exactly. Guess what your teams don't have? You can't combine your Zords. They're not cohesive.
Oh, good
So,
point.
Okay.
My Ranger team.
Okay. All right.
My leader is Jason from Mighty Morphin, but a catch. It's after he receives Tommy's Dragon Armor and the Power Coin, so he has control of the Dragon Zord by itself, plus his other smaller Zords.
Okay.
Then to go with that, I
Okay.
chose Merrick from Wild Force, the Lunar Wolf Ranger. He's got his own Zord. It separates, it connects, it's cohesive with all the other Rangers of that era. So it's cohesive with itself, with special attacks and all that.
He's right, yeah.
And then I chose Cam from Ninja Storm. Again, he's got his own Megazord, and he's, not the 6th Ranger, he's the 4th Ranger, but rules change sometimes. So I figured Megazord. Make a powerful team.
So you have a 3-Ranger team then?
Yeah, I felt like too many Zords was trouble.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I
Take
guess
too much
that
power
makes
out of the
sense.
morphing grid.
So when our teams defeat the main edition of the bad guy, we're calling in James for air support.
That's right.
Yeah. But yeah, great picks.
Yes, good job, James.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get our bouncer. Are you gonna wrap up the show? No, I'm just kidding,
Oh,
James.
he said something about a restraining order. I don't know what that is, but
Yeah, we have no idea.
No.
But no,
I'll leave my phone number with him on my way out.
definitely, our people will call your people again.
Yeah. All right, dude. We need to update the security system for
Yeah.
that guy. That's twice now.
Whew.
Yeah. Okay. This week for our feedback, we are challenging you guys to create your own Dream Ranger team. And when you do so, be sure you follow the 3 rules we mentioned in the beginning of this video. And when that team is finally created, either A, leave a comment below on this video, or B, send us a message on any of our social media.
That's right. And when you do, please use the hashtag #MyDreamRangerTeam.
My Dream Ranger team. It even rhymes.
That's right. Now, before we totally wrap up this video, I just want to encourage you guys, go check out Stuart Green's page on Facebook. I'll leave a link in the description. He does these petitions to try to get our Ranger actors back on the show. So in a way, it kind of makes these dream teams come to life. So definitely check out Stuart Green's stuff. And thank you guys so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing.
And don't forget to ring the bell so you get notified when we upload new content. And remember, as we sign off, our hope is that the power will always protect you.
Let's power down.